Hello and good evening, YouTube, and welcome back to NASCAR 08. NASCAR 08 as a series as a whole, ever since beginning it, has been a lesson in futility. A lesson in what in a broad sense of the term, was just never meant to be. You may notice that it says Year 7, Week 41. That's because I've tried several times to make this happen. And by several, I mean I spent 2.5 hours trying to force the game into letting me win this championship somehow. This disadvantage is impossible to overcome. The game is over. Kyle Larson will not be your Busch Series champion. I've tried on like 4 different occasions, alright? 4 different occasions. And it's just not possible. Starting from last, in the shortest race possible, even while doing what you saw in the truck season, with wrecking every single lap and stacking up the field. Even with that, even with all the races that were easy, even with all the Nazareths and all the even New Hampshire was impossibly difficult in this game. Nazareth was fine though, but New Hampshire on the other hand was just, like I said, a lesson in futility. So, is it possible to walk into NASCAR 08 on legend difficulty with every race starting in last in the shortest length possible? Is it possible to win in the Cup Series? Yes. Is it possible to win in trucks? Yes. Is it possible to win in modified? Well, I did it on my first try, so I think that answers that question. But in the Busch Series. In the Busch Series, where contracts can be hard to come by, when you make starts in every car that you could imagine, is it within reason to actually bother anymore when you know that something is impossible? When you've reached that point where bashing your head against the wall multiple times is a more sensible option than actually playing the game legitimately. That's when the old saying, insanity is defined by doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. That's when you go back to the classics of literature and stuff. That's when you go back and reflect on everything you've accomplished as a person, as a entertainer, as a student, as everyone that you're trying to battle in points, starting on the front row, and you have to start in the last row. There's only one option here, and that is to bump it up as far as you can to acceleration. And obviously toss in a lot of left weight. This is our only option to even make Homestead possible. Under a legitimate means of trying to do things, trying to play through this game legitimately, you would end up... I now know what I'm doing wrong. I'm using the controller. I'm using the controller that doesn't work on this game very well. I now understand that I'm doing that. So I'll try and fix that slight against humanity, seeing as how I'm never going to be able to accomplish anything if I'm not using this broken, derelict controller. I just know I'm not going to accomplish anything without using this ancient, half-dead, not even half-dead anymore, it's probably past that, it's more like 4/5 dead. This 4/5 dead controller here. I'm never going to accomplish anything if I don't use it. And I wasn't going to accomplish anything while using it, is the sad part, is that even while using this controller, I'm not going to accomplish anything. Shut up, Rick Allen. You can wreck any fucking time now. As you can see, even when I did this properly and I was actually gaining spots as opposed to just wrecking myself constantly for nothing, even during those certain circumstances, I wasn't accomplishing anything in this race. See? Literally right back to where I started. This race, this championship, it's impossible. And I'm done wasting my life in NASCAR 08. There's no reason to care. When it's fucking impossible, there's no reason to bother. I'm done wasting my life trying to make this championship possible. I've had enough. I'm sick and fucking tired of doing the same fucking race over and over and getting the exact same result, which is not a fucking championship, which is not even close to a championship, which is nothing to even care about. Give me a fucking break. So, if you came here expecting to see a championship run in the Busch Series, in the Impossible Series, I should say, out of Kyle Larson, you're sorely mistaken. The season's over, and the best I could do is minus 65 points. I was never going to come any closer. There's no reason to care. And this game's silly season is still awful. So there you have it. That's going to be NASCAR 08. There's no fanfare. There's no one final Daytona 500 where I sing something like, I don't know, Don't Stop Believin', though I kind of wasted that opportunity with Dirt to Daytona. There's no grandiose celebration and looking back that we saw in, like, NASCAR 07. There's no hope for the future, either. This is just where we're going to end. This is where Kyle Larson's legacy comes to a close. In a wacky and ridiculous and almost fun trucks championship season with many thrills and spills and twists and turns, I think that's a much more appropriate place to call NASCAR 08 as a series. The jovialness, the sheer stupidity of that series, and how ridiculous some things happen in that game, especially Part 81. I think that's a much more enjoyable place to end a series such as NASCAR 08. Instead of toiling in a futile and meaningless Busch Series season, that's not possible. So that will hereby conclude NASCAR 08. This series was good until the Busch Series happened. And every single instance of the Busch Series caused much agony. Caused much agony. And by much agony, I mean, oh my, that was agonizing. So that's going to be it. Thanks for watching NASCAR 08. I don't know what I'm going to play next, but there's no celebration. There's no game-ending, bright, happy thing. There's no big surprise, I gotcha at the end. There's no hope, basically. That's where we stand in the end in NASCAR 08. While the other three series were child's play compared to the Busch Series. The Busch Series, on the other hand, is impossible. And this will end NASCAR 08. We'll see you in whatever happens next. And I hope you're not too disappointed. But NASCAR 08 is impossible. Goodbye.